Okay, so let's have a look at the suspense adjustment for sole traders. And we're going to be using the 2017 M.Mullen to help us with this. So it's telling us in the question that the suspense figure arises as a result of the incorrect figure for mortgage interest. So it's telling us that mortgage interest is wrong. So we're going to have to recalculate to find out what is the correct figure. And it's telling us although the correct figure has been entered in the bank account, so the bank is correct. And it's telling us that a VAT refund of 2,000 entered only in the bank account. So it's telling us that this VAT, we got the VAT of 2,000, we put it into the bank account, but we didn't reduce our VAT account. So first thing we're going to do is have a look at the mortgage. So it's telling us that we have an incorrect mortgage interest. We're going to find out how much did we pay for mortgage interest. So let's go back to our trial balance. And it's telling us that mortgage interest paid for the first 3 months is 2,400. So it's telling us that that figure is incorrect. So we're going to have to find out how much should we pay. So we need to find out how much is our mortgage at the moment. So our mortgage is 6% fixed rate, or 6% fixed mortgage at 180,000. So our mortgage, now the suspense is going to have a couple of adjustments in it. So we're going to have a look at our mortgage. So our mortgage is 180,000, and we're going to multiply that by 6% in the question. So the yearly amount is going to be equal to 10,800. Now that 10,800 is interest that needs to be paid, so that's going to go into our profit and loss account. So of that 10,800, we've paid 3 months. So we need to find out how much should we have paid on it. So 10,800, we're going to multiply that by 3/12. So 10,800 so we should have paid 2,700. So there's a difference of 300. Okay, now I'm going to show you a little trick on how to make adjustments on it. So that's what we should have paid. So just from this 10,800, remember that's going to go into our profit and loss as an interest. We have paid 2,700. So our mortgage interest due is going to be 8,100. So I usually do it here just to keep them together. And that will go into your current assets as go into your balance sheet as a current liability. Okay, so we found out now that our suspense or our mortgage interest should have been 2,700. So what we're going to do here on your balance sheet, just a little trick for yourselves, on your trial balance, you're going to just put in beside mortgage interest plus 300. Okay, so we know that our mortgage interest has to go up by 300 because it should have been 2,700. With our debits and credits then, so this means that our debit side now is up 300. So what we're trying to do is take our suspense out of our insurance. So if our debit side is now up 300, we need to make sure our debits and credits are the same. So to take that mortgage interest out of your suspense, you're going to go minus 300. And that's going to be your first adjustment in your insurance when we come to it. Okay. Now the next thing it says is your VAT. So it tells us that a VAT refund of 2,000 has been entered only in the VAT account. So we're going to have a look at our VAT. So our VAT here is 6,400. It's on the debit side, so it is so it's a liability. So because on the debit side it's a liability. So if we got a refund, this 2,600 is going to go down by 2,000. So we're going to reduce our VAT by 2,000. And if so now our debit side is down by 2,000. So in our suspense, we need to increase our insurance by 2,000. So just a quick way to figure where you're going to add on or take away the figures. So then in our workings then, so our next working then is going to be, let's say, VAT. Okay, so your VAT then per the question is 6,400. You're going to take away the 2,000. So it's going to be 4,400. And that's now the new figure that goes into your balance sheet as a current liability. Remember that if your VAT was on the credit side, it's an income. So that's VAT that we're to get back. So because it's on the debit side here, it's a liability. And then the last one then is insurance. So we know from our trial balance with the plus and minuses. So your insurance. So the insurance as per the question is 17,700. We're going to take away the 300 from the mortgage interest because you know that's incorrect. So, and then we're going to add on the 2,000 from the VAT return. So you get 19,400 is a figure then that will go into your expense account. And that's how you answer the suspense question. So the first thing that you need to do for the suspense question is find out what is the incorrect figure for your mortgage interest. So we took the mortgage from the question multiplied by 6%. That gives us our yearly mortgage. So that's the yearly interest that will go into your profit and loss account. From that 10,800, 3 months of that has been paid. So 3/12, so it will give us 2,700. We did pay 2,400 from the trial balance, so there's a difference then of 300. So if we've paid 2,700 for the 3 months, what's left to pay then is 8,100. That goes into your balance sheet as a current liability. So remember that this 300, okay, so we need to add that 300 onto our mortgage. So if we add it onto our mortgage, the debit side is going to increase by 300. Your debits and credits have to equal. So to take it out of your suspense, you're going to reduce your suspense for insurance by 300. That's why we minus 300 here. And then for the VAT then, it tells us that we didn't put it into the VAT account. So the VAT is on the debit side. So you're going to reduce it by 2,000. So now the debits and credits are not equal. So now you have to increase the debit side in your insurance. You're going to add on your 2,000. And that's going to give us 19,400. And that's how you look at the suspense working.